Okay, welcome back. Go ahead and sit on top of your bolster and cross your ankles and ground down. Either your palms on your laps facing up to release any energy, or palms facing down. You can actually have your pointer finger, your forefinger, and your thumb touch in a Jnana mudra. It's like J-N-A-N-A. And that's where your mind and body connect. It's that union. That's what the yoga means. It's a union of mind and body. This is actually your sattva, your energy of your mind and your body connecting. If you want to express energy out to the universe, you can have your palms upward. Or if you want to ground down, you can have your palms downward. And from here, roll your shoulders back. And here you can have like some really nice gentle head rolls. One direction, exhaling, circle nice and slowly until you go back into neutral spine. Aligning your ears over your shoulders, shoulders over hips. From here, close your eyes. Ground down. Let those eyes flutter, close. And allow your breath to sink in. So focusing on your tip of the nose. And slow your breath down. I'm going to read you a year of yoga, living your yoga. The yoga class is a support group for people who can't do yoga. And that includes a teacher because we are all practicing with a beginner's mind. So when you open your eyes every day, almost like you erased everything, wiped it clean, processed. So when you start on your mat, you observe things with new light, new eyes, and you might discover something a little new about yourself. So with that in mind, do you shrink from trying something because you judge yourself as not good enough? If so, remember that your yoga class is not full of experts. It is made of practitioners of yoga. So when you show up on your mat today, practice with your heart. Again, practicing with that beginner's mind. Even though I teach it, I love teaching it just because there's always something new to learn, even for my students. So with that, we're gonna focus now on the point between your brow, looking internally, gazing. Coming to an intention for your practice. So forming an intention, whether it is to renew your self-restore or rest, stretch, physically, mentally, emotionally, and quite a roller coaster of a year and a half, maybe two, maybe a decade for some of us. They've been going through roller coasters all their lives. So this is a way to practice every day, grounding down. And with that, inhaling that intention with your breath. So inhaling all the way to the top of the lungs, inhaling up, hold it, sip a little bit more air in, hold it. And then exhale out twice, big two puffs. Out of that mouth, and then relax there. Settling in on that breath. And then blink your eyes open. Inhale the arms up to the sky, reaching, look toward the thumbs, relax the throat. Inhale, reach for those stars, wheel those fingers, rock and roll those wrists, and then exhale, drop your right hand to the right side, left hand over the ears, and then inhale, turn the heart up. Exhale, go a little deeper. You can take that top hand over the ears some more. Get that full stretch. Lateral stretches. Get that link to that torso. Get you a little taller. Inhaling arms up again, reaching for the stars. Exhale, dropping to your left side. Right hand over the ears. Get that full stretch. Turn the heart up. Inhaling. Exhale, go a little deeper. Taking that top hand over the ears. And slowly inhaling up. And if you're on a bolster, you can take that bolster out of the way just slightly. Now uncross, cross the opposite way. And then here, kind of rocking left and right on your sit bones. Doing some yogic churning. So we're going to they call Sufi circles. Sufi being a practitioner yoga, ascetic, the one who lives in the trees where they actually did tree yoga or forest yoga. So churning around the hips where you hold all your emotions and all your stress along with the shoulders, inhaling, circling the opposite way. Getting the hip rotations going, releasing, then come back to neutral spine, neutral center. Inhale, arms up, reach for the stars. Inhale, look toward the thumbs, dropping the head back. Inhale, keep reaching, soften the throat. Exhale, hands out in front, supporting your spine. Inhale through the crown. Exhale, walk and tiptoe those fingers out forward, hinging at the hips. And inhale through the crown, just slightly come out of the pose, just lengthen through the spine. Exhale, walk those fingers out. So bowing down, hinge at the hips. So slowly breathe into the back body. And again, exhale, follow your breath. Close those eyes. So you're just gonna bow down to wherever you feel most comfortable. Breathe slowly into your back. And exhale, inch those fingers out some more, just like a full stretch. And then slowly, slowly exhale, walk the hands over to your left, gently grabbing your left hand with the right. Breathe into your right lung. And slowly inhaling back toward the center, exhaling, reaching. Inhaling to lengthen, exhale, walk the hands all the way to your far right. Grab that right hand on the left. Breathe slowly into your left one. Get that full stretch. Inhaling back toward the center. Inhaling, pressing back up. Here, now you can uncross, cross the opposite way. Let's get some circulation in your legs. And then here, grounding down the sit bones. Inhale, arms up to the stars. We're going to exhale, drop your left hand to that right knee, backhand, right hand behind. Inhale, tall. Exhale, gently twisting over that right shoulder. So breathing tall. Exhale, go a little deeper, twist a little bit more. Look over your right shoulder. And then slowly inhale, tall. Exhale, looking forward, counter twist with the neck, and then release. Now, actually, put your feet together. This might be a little different. Interlace those fingers, sit nice and tall. And then try to inhale, arms up, reach for the stars. Exhale, grabbing your left knee with that right hand, backhand behind. Inhale, tall. Exhale, gently twist over your left shoulder. So it kind of feels a little bit different. Little with more of your hips. Inhale, tall. Exhale, gently twist some more. It makes you kind of sit up taller. Inhale, tall. Exhale, looking forward. So even with a different, not intercrossing the legs, just even the feet together, it just feels a little different. You notice the subtle differences. Now interlace those fingers. Pull the heel in nice and close. You can even wiggle left and right, kind of massage your sit bones. And then inhale, breathing tall. Exhale, bowing down. So hinge at the hips again. Inhale through the crown. Exhale. Tug the heart a little closer toward the ground. Get the full stretch of those hips. Breathe into the back. Baddha Konasana. So Baddha is bound. Kona is the angle. Asana is the pose. It's also called cobbler's pose or butterfly. There's a lot of different names, common names for this. The Sanskrit word, Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Slow the breath down. Focusing on the tip of the nose if you want. And close your eyes. Every exhale, go a little deeper. You feel that micro-inch gravity helping you come down. You might eventually sniff your feet. See how your healthy feet are doing. And then inhaling back, nice and tall. Now take the feet out like a diamond. Again, pull the flesh out from the backside. Inhale, arms up, reach for the stars. Look toward the thumbs, relax the throat, and exhale, bowing down. So you can interlace those fingers. You can place the hands either on the ground or just wrap those hands around the feet. And then just allow your chest to drop. If your neck is okay, you can drop your chin to the chest and rock your ears. Left and right, breathing into your back. So this is a modified Baddha Konasana. Allow the knees to drop out to the sides. If your sit bones feel tight, you can rock left and right on your sit bones. Allowing the breath to subside in your lower back. Good back stretcher. Slowly, slowly inhaling up. Now take the feet out in front again. Flexing the feet, pull the flesh up in the back. Now having the nice flat feet, you're actually engaging your knees, engaging the rectus abdominis of your front of your thighs, and you're gonna press the palms beside the hips. You're gonna try to straighten out those elbows and lift through the crown. Getting nice and tall. And keep the feet flexed. So yeah, this is called Dandasana, staff pose. Actually engages your core. So you're gonna actually engage your Mula Bandha, the root lock. So anytime you do the Kegels, this is actually good because when we get older, you might lose a little sense of the Kegels. So you're supposed to practice what, 30 Kegels every day. So this is one of your practices. So we're gonna press into your palms and then use your Mula Bandha, which is your Kegels, and then you're gonna use that Uddiyana Bandha, the belly lock. So you're gonna engage the core at the same time. And then you're gonna engage the throat. So imagine, you can practice now, flexing the muscles on your throat. That actually flexes the thigh, like helps the thyroid stimulate. And then we're gonna hold our breath. So again, this is a subtle body energy exercise. So we're gonna inhale and then hold and press and lock all the bandhas. Keep holding. And then release. Whew. Kind of takes a little bit more, I guess, energy out of you, and you might actually feel a lot more hotter. The heat from that Agni, from the belly. Now here, crossing your ankles, coming onto your hands and knees. Spread those fingers. Knees wide apart. Here you can shake your hips left and right. Here you can shake your head left and right. Let yourself dangle. And then now drawing big circles. You can drop your hips. You can pull back into Balasana. Child's pose. You can inhale back and follow your breath. You can even drop your hips into a seal pose. And then exhale, pull back into that figure 0. And you can even draw figure 8s with your hips. When you have tight hips, you're gonna feel that nice stretch. Then here, come to stillness, spread those fingers, keeping the knees together. You can inhale, draw that right knee into a big circle. So circling out that knee. Circle it the opposite way. And dropping that knee, circling the left knee. Big round circles, circle the opposite way. And come back onto all fours. Now engage the core, pull your shoulders away from the ears, tuck your tailbone, focus on a point. So it's nice to actually pretend you're a table. Imagine that you are a dinner table, placing all your dinner mats down, and all your family and friends are coming over, and they're placing their dinnerware. Now you're gonna add the food. Now imagine all that weight from the food. It's on your strong back. And then now you're gonna add your beverages. You can add your wine, your water, your orange juice, whatever beverages you want. You're actually engaging your core. You're using your supraspinalis, your infraspinalis, or even your spinous capitis along your neck. You're extending through the crown. Good job. Now, keep your knee, you can either have your knees together or your knees far apart. We're gonna exhale, press back into child pose. Here you can press your palms into the mat. Try to press your sit bones back to the heels. And if you need a block nearby, you can place one underneath your forehead. Or if you need the sit bones to connect to the heels, you can sit a block right between. Whichever floats your boat, because everyone's built differently. So slowly breathe into your back. This is extended child pose, and if you like, you can even pull your hands beside the hips. And rest your shoulders and relax there. your feet cramp up, you can tuck and untuck your toes. You can slightly pull your forehead away from your nose or away from your knees. You get the full length of the neck. Or you can even rock your forehead left and right. Kind of give yourself a little forehead massage. Release the neck. And come to stillness. Slow the breath down. Even change your position. If your knees are far right, if you want, you can pull your knees together. If you want a bigger stretch of your back and your glutes, you get a nice deep stretch. And then if you can increase your breath 1 extra second, slow your breath down. At the very bottom, hold the breath for a microsecond. This breath retention, called kumbhaka. And even like plank pose, that's called kumbhaka asana. Same derivative word, it means hold pose. You're holding just slightly. And when you exhale, just so slow. You can increase it 1 extra second if you like. And at the very, very top, hold it for just a microsecond. And then exhale just as slowly. Inhaling just as slowly. And every time you retain your breath, you're actually practicing pranayama. It is a breath work. Actually expanding the posterior of your lobes. You got 3 on the right, 2 on the left. You got room for the heart on the left, so it's not equal. But you're practicing the other 50%, the posterior of your beautiful lungs. Slow the breath down. And turns on that parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest. You're like in your little cave, and when you were in your mom's womb, you were in the same position. So imagine that. And slowly, slowly place your palms back out in front, pressing the palms to remove any blocks out of the way. We're going to exhale gently, walk the hands all the way to your far left, grabbing the left hand with the right. Breathe slowly into your right lung. And then exhale, walk the hands toward the center, inhaling, reaching. Exhaling, walk the hands all the way to your far right. Grab that right hand with the left and breathe slowly into your left lung. Slowly walk back to the center, walking the hands up to the top of the mat, and then exhale, drop your elbows, walk the knees underneath the hips, and then exhale, drop your chin or forehead to the mat. And allow your heart to melt. Allow your arms to just expand. And allow your chin to drop. You can even take the hands together, namaste, and pull it behind the back of the skull if you want a little extra armpit stretch. Allow the heart to drip. Pull your sit bones back in space and get a different little stretch. Then slowly, slowly, placing the palms back onto the mat. I'm going to place the left hand in front. We're going to inhale, right arm up to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, weave it underneath your left armpit, resting on your right temple, right shoulder, coming into that thread the needle pose. If you want, you can balance here. You can take your top hand, your left hand, and wrap it behind your back. And twist your heart up to the sky if you can. This is a nice torso twist. You can even extend your left leg out like a gate pose, Virabhadrasana pose, just stretching up and opening up the hip. So balancing there. Then rewinding the legs, rewinding the hands, inhaling that right hand up again to the sky. And then exhale, place it down into the center of the mat. And the left arm up to the sky, reaching here. Exhale, weave it underneath your right armpit, resting again on your left shoulder, left temple. Feel a nice torso stretch. You can pull your sit bones back in space, and you can wrap your top hand behind your back and turn the heart up to the sky. With a nice little torso twist. And again, if you want to challenge and open your right hip, and take that right leg out to the side, just like gate pose. And slow it down. Rewinding the hands, rewinding the feet if you need to. Inhale that left arm up again to the side. Breathe here. Exhale, drop the hand back down. Now, spread those fingers, tuck the toes. You're gonna lift up your hips to the sky. Exhale, drop the heels. Here, you can shake your head, nod, bend the knees. You can take the full length of the mat. It's up to you. And pedal away your heels. And then allow your heart to drop. You feel slippery, you can grab the edges of your mat with your hands. Or if you want, you can, there's options. You can even use a chair instead of a mat in front of you or a wall. All these options. But the more you pedal away your heels, you're stretching out those calves and those hamstrings. Good job. Now balancing here on your left foot. We're going to inhale that right foot up to the sky. You're going to point the top toes down to the ground and inhale, lift the heel higher. This is your three-legged dog here. You can stack the hips, bend that right knee, big, big circles, breathing in. Exhale, circle the opposite way, and then exhale, bend that right knee to your right nose, coming in forward into a little plank. And then here you can flex your front foot, you can swing it behind your left wrist, and then you can sink down. And if you have a block, you can place it behind your right hip, keeping your front foot flexed. You can always place it to square the hips. Keep your front foot flexed. You can pull the heel in close to your groin area. They also say, oh, if you want to put your leg parallel to the top of the mat, you got to have some good knees. You have bad knees, I don't recommend it. So you can pull the right heel closer to your groin. Keep that front foot flexed to protect that knee. You can even wiggle left and right just to open up that glute. So inhale, chin up to the sky. Breathe in. So you're opening up your left hip as well. You got hip flexors that need a little stretch. So as here you can even look over your left shoulder. You can take your left hand, try to grab that back foot. If not, you can use a belt nearby. Wrap it around the ankle. Pull that left heel toward that left outer hip. Get that full stretch of the psoas, the hip flexors inside your legs. And then swapping hands, you can take look over your right shoulder, take your right hand, grab that back foot again. You pull it toward the glute. Get that full stretch. Again, you can wrap it around the rope, the belt around your feet if you want, and pull and stretch. Those are optional. All right, coming back down, you can exhale, bow down. You can rest in your double fist. You can use a block if you don't have if you have extra blocks. Just keeping that front foot flexed. Breathe into the back. Slow your breath down. Take time to luxuriate in this Ekapada one-legged pigeon pose. You can even use a bolster too if you feel lay on. That would be very yin practice. Breathe slowly into your back. Nice deep textured ujjayi breath, sounds like the ocean. We are very lucky to live so close to the ocean. With the smoke and you can actually see the smoke finally, but there have been lots of wildfires up in Sacramento area and then Yosemite area, I think. So we are very lucky to have some cleaner air. So breathing the oxygen one breath at a time, one molecule at a time. It's quite minute compared to the whole air molecule, so we don't even utilize all the oxygen in the air. Maybe like 16, we actually consume only 16 to 21% And the makeup of air is only like 16, 20%. That's just nitrogen. Can you imagine? It's probably what makes us happy, all this nitrogen. And then slowly, slowly inhaling up. Now, pulling back your leg, coming back into all fours. You can also optionally, if you want to stay low, you can swing your legs around. So there's an option where you can swing your left foot in front and swing your right leg back. So that's always an option. If you want to get your hips open, you can come into all fours and come back into downward dog. Get your head take the full length. Pedal away your heels if you want, and then grounding down your right foot, can inhale that left leg up. So there's all these options. Pointing the top toes down, inhale the heel up higher. This is a strengthening pose. Here you can bend that top knee, take big circles, stack your hips, circling one way. Exhale, circle the opposite way, and then exhale that knee to nose, coming into a slight plank, and then throw that left ankle, left foot right behind that right wrist, and then untuck the back toes. You can even look to your back leg, make sure your ankle's straight. And again, if you need to grab a block, place it underneath your left hip to square the hips. And then inhale, chin up to the sky. You're gonna look over either your right shoulder and take your right hand and try to grab that back leg. Pull it to your right outer hip and be gentle. You can wrap a rope, a belt, if you want a little help. You're getting that right hip stretch. A lot of hip flexors there. Breathing slow. And then here you can swap with hands. So again, look over your left shoulder, take that left hand and grab that back foot and pull it toward the glute. There's a different set of muscles there. It should be. It might feel easier, it might feel harder. Everyone's anatomy is a little different. Little hips are different. And then releasing, exhaling, bowing down, resting again. Either on your forearms, on the mat. You can use a block or bolster. Keeping your front foot flat to make sure your top knee is protected. You pull the heel toward the groin more. As long as you feel that stretch in your left glute. Relax there. Slowly breathe into your back. Ekapada, Rajakapatasana, one-legged king pigeon pose. Some people just call it the pigeon pose. Everything is specific for a reason because there's other poses. And there used to just be 12 original yoga poses. All sitting, except for Shavasana. But all these 160 other poses. Men or humankind they're just very inventive. Slow your breath down. A time to breathe. And then slowly inhaling back up. You can take that block out of the way or bolster, and then come back to all fours. Spread those fingers, shake the hips left and right. And then come back to neutral spine. You're going to spread those fingers and tuck the toes. We're going to inhale the hips up high again. Exhale, drop your heels. You shake your head nod. You can bend both the knees, point the sit bones up, press through the palms. Exhale, drop the heels, and then you can walk the full length of the mat if you like and pedal away your heels. Here you can even sway your hips left or right laterally. There's also one where you place your left foot in the center and then kind of step your right foot parallel, so pinky to pinky, and you're going to straighten out that bottom knee, so you're stretching out the calves. And swap it up. If it's too much on your hands, you can come on your forearms, do the same. I call it dolphin pose, so swapping up the feet and straighten out the knees, the full stretch. Now look between the thumbs, bend the knees, We're gonna walk up, skip up, or hop up into a forward fold. Bend the knees, lay the belly on the lap, or have your elbows sway left and right, ragdolling. Shake your head and nod. Get a full stretch of your glutes, your lower back, your lower lumbar. Get taller and longer. Using gravity, these anti-gravity boots. And then slowly dropping your hands, inhale halfway up, engage the core. Having that flat back. Pull your shoulders away from the ears, inhaling to elongate through the crown. And then exhale, forward fold again, bowing down. Uttanasana, forward fold, and then slowly inhaling up. Let me see if I can change my view. So there we go. Upward now. Coming back into hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands together. Exhale, hands to the heart. Rolling the shoulders back. Coming into Samasthiti. There to lift those toes. Plant them firmly into the ground. Tucking the tailbone. Engaging core. Ears over shoulders. Shoulders over hips. This is your grounding pose. This is, imagine if you drop your hands to the sides, palm facing up. This would be your Shavasana. So pretend you're leaning against the wall, but leaning on the wall that's like the shape of the ground. And you're feeling nice and tall through the spine. Having a nice flat back. Blink your eyes open. This is Tadasana, mountain pose. So just anytime you feel like you're not grounded, feel like there's too much going on, you just want to stay still. This is a very resting pose, very grounding pose. And Lasana and Shavasana. So this is like Shavasana in a different plane. And here, blink your eyes open, hands to the heart. We're gonna exhale, lean forward. Now close your eyes now, lean back. Inhaling back toward the center, exhale, lean toward your right. Inhaling back toward the center, exhale, lean toward your left. Inhaling back toward the center. Feeling that equal standing pose, all four edges of your feet. Blink your eyes open. Now do you feel more grounded? Just a little bit. You're gonna grab a tennis ball. So I forgot to even mention that. I saw one and I'm like, okay, we gotta massage our feet. So grab a tennis ball nearby. And then you're gonna place it on your right foot. Because massage, and especially the feet, you don't get enough foot massages. So you're gonna rock and roll up and down the top to bottom. Imagine there's a spine. Every time I teach a surfboard, I'm like, okay, we're gonna do the anatomy of the surfboard. Imagine there's a spine. They call it the stringer. No one can remember that. They always call it the spine. So imagine there is actually a spine in your foot. There's actually 9 metatarsals and lots of different names for them. So, but they all make up the structure of your feet to keep it strong. So you're gonna be gentle. You're gonna go light. So the nervous system, your skin is gonna get a little massage. You go a little deeper. There's your fascia, your deep tissues, a little bit deeper, and your bones might start moving around. So start massaging harder. And then pressing underneath your big toe, gently, and then go all the way down, wrapping your toes, like the fingers, all the way down to the pinky. Kind of opening up that umbrella of your foot, and then out to the outer edge, the outer arch, the lateral arch, all the way down to the heel. Gently press on the heel. And now the inner arch, and it might be more tender, so be gentle. 1 microinch at a time. Wearing shoes, we're on our feet a lot, so be gentle. Respectful, and come back to the middle, underneath the middle toe. Go down the imaginary spine, right in the ball, the center of your foot. Press a little bit more gently. That will splay out the legs, out the toes. And then that's your spring of life all the way down, nice and slow, all the way down to the bottom heel. That's a little firmly and then coming off, coming back onto your mats, and then lay your hands out in front, coming into that Tadasana. Rolling the shoulders back, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, and gaze support, tuck the elbow, closing eyes. And the sensation of the feet. Lift those toes back and firmly in the mat. Do you feel a difference? Subtle body difference of tingliness, gripping, or openness of your right foot. That's a bond. That's a bandha. That's a foot lock. Pada bandha. Now your other foot. If it was your hands rounding down, that's your hasta bandha. You already practice your mula bandha, your uddiyana bandha, your jalandhara bandha. I'm sure there's a crown bandha. There's a lot of different locks in our system. Go ahead, go up and down. Massage gently. Woo! And if you lose a ball, you sit down like a dog. So we just go up and down slowly and gently. Get the surface area, the tingly sensations of your sensory organ. Your largest organ is your skin. 3 trillion intelligent cells. Guess what they are mostly? Epithelial cells. Gut, your intestinal lining, your outer body that protects you from all these germs. You are a conglomerate of microbiome. We call it the human microbiome. You gotta take good care of it all. And going up and now go a little deeper. A little bit more pressure. Get into the navicular joints and the cuneiform of your feet. You have a lot of bones in there. Getting into the deeper tissue. And then from here, pressing underneath your big left toe. And slowly, and if you hear any cracking, kind of bouncing your feet back in place, kind of releasing tension, all the way down to your pinky. So the cracking's air. There's like, that's one of the 5 elements is air. You got the earth, water, fire, and all that outer edge, lateral edge. You got earth. All these Mahabhuta, the great 5 elements, create 3 doshas that we all are made out of. If you have a little bit of air in your system, cracking. If you have an imbalance, there might be some weaknesses. So go all to the inner arch. That's the Ayurveda. That wisdom and knowledge of science, art of living. And all the way down to your middle toe. Underneath your middle toe, go all the way down the center. So put a little bit more pressure. That's your spring of life. Qigong opens up that feet like an umbrella, like a lotus. That's why they call it like a Buddha and the lotus petals he steps on. And all the way down to the heel. Because there's a lot of energy that's released from your feet. That foot reflexology is all connected to the rest of your organs, sensory organs in your brain. And releasing, coming off, and kick that ball out of the way. Lift those toes, plant them firmly into the mat. Now spreading the palms out front, opening up the heart. You can lift all those toes, plant them firmly into the mat, engage the core, keep the tailbone, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Close those eyes. A subtle left versus right. Before and after. And blink your eyes open. It's always nice to feel that massage on the feet. Coming back into that samasthiti, the top of the mat. And inhale, arms up, reach for the stars. And then exhale, forward fold, bowing down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. So these are half sun salutations. Inhaling, sprouting arms up, curling up your spine. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Rolling the shoulders back, engage the core. Samasthiti, this equal standing pose. You're gonna lean over to your right foot. So shifting your weight into your right leg. Inhale that left knee up in space. You can even rock and roll, wiggle those toes, and eventually exhale, swing it back, dropping the heart down. So if you need a block or a chair nearby, you can grab one, or you can have your arms out like airplane. You can Point the back toes down. Inhale, lift the heel up higher. This is my least and favorite pose. It's not my favorite, it's my least favorite. How's that? But the more you do it, the stronger you are. And then eventually drop that back foot down. Bend that front knee right over that top ankle. Hands on the hips. So parallel with the top of the mat. If not, move that back heel a little closer until it is, keeping that knee right over the ankle, not beyond it. Right over it. Inhale, arms up to the sky, reaching for the stars. Pull your elbows past your ears. Breathe here. This is your warrior 3 to warrior 1. So placing the hands together, namaste, and gently pull your thumbs slightly backwards. One little slight back. Then exhale, open up the arms out to the side. So right hand in front, left hand behind. If you can grab your hips, if your hips are not parallel with the side of the mat, and move that foot out a little bit more, but keeping that front knee bent over that ankle. So you might notice your pelvis is just feeling like a cup of tea. So engage the pelvis so that way your hips are not spilling and your front knee is right over the ankle. This opens up your left hip. Now inhale, arms out in front behind. You'll flip the palm, look forward or back. Relax your shoulders and exhale, flip them back down. All right, this is your warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, warrior pose. You're extending through your middle fingers. You're going to exhale, squat a little bit down so you can move your back heel a little bit more. Feel that full stretch. Feel the extension through your arms. Now imagine holding your arms up for 7 whole minutes. Your arms get a little heavier. But just breathe here slowly. Because 7 minutes is a long time. So just a few breaths. I don't go for like 1 or 2 minutes. Now flip your front palm up. And then inhaling it up to the sky. Drop that back hand down to your back knee. Inhale through your front lungs. You can either wrap your left hand behind your back into a half line. Inhale again through your front lung. Then inhaling, arms back out in front. Good job. Now straighten out that front knee. You're going to exhale, lean forward. Drop your right hand to that right ankle. Stack your shoulders. If you want, you can also lean on a wall. And if you can't, you can also pretend like you're between 2 glass panes. Your drishti, your gaze can be your big toe on the bottom. And look to the middle of the room at a dot. Look to your top thumb. You're balancing here. Here you can drop down your top hand. Dropping both hands, you can lift your back heel, bend that front knee into a runner's lunge. And go back into a seesaw, open up the hip. Drop that back knee down, untuck the back toes, walk the hands inside. Inhale, hips, and dropping, inhale, chin up, dropping the hips. Your high lizard. Exhale, you can grab some blocks, you can rest your elbows onto a block. Roll the sole of your right foot. Breathe again back into your back. Slow your breath down. Slow lizard. Again, if you want to stretch out those legs, you have an option to look over your right shoulder, take your right hand, grab that back foot, and then drop your hips. Pull that heel in closer to the glute. It's up to you. Those frog leg stretches. Expanding the legs. That range of motion. And then release the foot. Belly, hands back under, and exhale, pulling back the sit bone. So you're straightening out that right foot, pointing the toe, right toes up to the sky, and then exhale, bow down. Runner stretch. Again, inhaling, bend that front knee, and then pull that leg back into all fours. Here, spread those fingers. Knees as wide as the hips. Engage the core. Pull your shoulders away from the ears. Now that flat back. Now tuck your toes. Inhale, hips up to the sky. Exhale, drop that heel. Shake your head, nod. Spread those fingers. Shake your head. Allow the heart to drop. And bend both the knees. Look between the thumbs and slowly walk up, skip up, or hop up into a forward fold. Bending the knees and lay your belly in the left. Slowly inhale halfway up. Engage the core. So all these Ardha Uttanasanas. Exhale, forward fold. Actually stretch out your hamstrings. So you may have tight hamstrings, that's totally fine. Inhaling slowly up, it's just gonna bother your lower back. So it's good to stretch those out. Hands together. So hands to the heart. Rolling the shoulders back, engage the core, keep the tailbone. Ears over shoulders. Shoulders over hips. Close those eyes. Feeling grounded. Lift those toes, plant them firmly into the mat. Engage the core. Feeling tall and sturdy. Equal stand pose or mountain pose, they call it as well. One is actually Ashtanga, which is a style yoga. Tadasana is the main name for this. You're gonna lean over to your left side, blink your eyes open, and hold that right knee up in space. Here you can rock and roll, wiggle those toes. And exhale, swing that right leg back, dropping the heart. Again, if you need a chair block or whatever, you can have your arms out as well into airplane pose. Pointing the back toes down, lift the back heel higher. You can have a micro bend in the front knee if you like, pressing firmly to your standing leg. Now you can drop your back foot back, taking a nice bend in your front knee right over that front ankle. Hands on the hips. Are they parallel with the top of the mat? That's your warrior one pose. You seal that back foot down. If it's not parallel, you move your back foot around until it is. You're keeping that front knee right over that front ankle, not beyond it. So keep in mind, because it will, you want to protect your knee. You want to make sure it's not strain or stress. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Breathe there. You can pull your elbows past those ears, looking forward. Warrior one. Now you can seal your hands, seal them out, so you can gently pull the thumbs back in space, just slightly for a slight back bend, and exhale, open up those arms to the side. Again, grab your hips. Your front knee isn't pointing toward the pinky toe, make it so it opens up that the left hip, and you're gonna take your back foot out wider, making sure that your hips are parallel with the side of the mat. We're keeping that front knee bent over the ankle. So you're feeling your hips, are they spilling forward, sideways? Move that foot around until they feel sturdy. Keeping that front knee bent right over the ankle, pointing toward the pinky toe or the second or third toe. Now inhale, arms out, reaching out in front and behind, and flip the palms up. And then look back and forth. And relaxing the shoulders, and exhale, dropping them, pointing them down. Extend through those middle fingers. Your drishti can be, your focus point could be your middle finger. Now exhale, squat a little lower. Your back heel a little bit more. A full breath in. Slow it down. This is your warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. You feel like a warrior. You slow your breath down. Now flip your front palm up, inhaling it to the sky, reverse warrior, dropping that back hand to the back knee. Inhale to your front lung. Exhale fully. Now wrap that back hand behind again and try to reach your opposite lap. Inhaling into your front lung. Exhale fully, inhaling the arms back out in front. Now you can straighten out that front knee. Lean and reach forward. If you hear your hip pop, good for you. Getting that full chiropractic care, self-care here. You can have your hand on a block in front or behind or onto your ankle, as long as your torso gets some equal length. Now stacking your shoulders and look toward your bottom toe as you gaze. If you're poking your butt out, try to imagine like you're in between two glass panes or a bubblegum alley. You can even look to the middle of the room at a doorknob or a knob. Look up toward your top thumb as a challenging person. Getting nice long breaths here. Then you're going to drop that top hand, bend that front knee. Drop it and spin your back heel up into a runner's lunge. Again. Sawing back and forth, open up that right hip. Drop your back flattening down, untuck the back toes, walk your hands in, inhale, chin up, and exhale, drop onto your elbows. You can grab a block and place it underneath your forearms. You can roll the sole of your left foot. Breathing into your back. Allow your hips to drop. You want an extra leg stretch, optional. Look over your left shoulder, take your left hand, try to grab your back foot and grab the strap if you need. You can try to pull that heel close to the glutes. Full stretch and then unwind, unleash. And then hands back down. Exhale, pulling back into a runner's lunge. Straighten out your left leg, pointing the left toes up. Pulling back to bow down. Put your sit bone back in space. Good job. Now here, bend that knee, and then we're gonna come onto all fours and sit back onto your heels. Woo! I feel a lot more intense because half the time we're up standing. Now we can chillax. Sit down and have your arms right in front. So you're in Virasana, we call it Virasana, diamond pose. Hero's pose, so you're actually stretching out your glutes. You're sitting on your heels. When I had knee surgery on the right ACL, I couldn't even do that. So over time, taking the time to breathe into your front of your thighs. All right, arm in front. Left arm over. And dangle it. If you can't twist it, try. Otherwise, just let it dangle. And then inhale, elbows up. Close your eyes, breathe into your shoulder back. The space between your shoulders. Exhale, drop your elbows. Here you can drop your thumbs on your forehead onto your thumb or thumbs. Wrap your ears left and right. Close your eyes. And the stretch of your neck. And unwinding, coming off onto your toes. So tucking your toes, just get to open up those arches again. Slowly sitting back. You have a block between the heels if you need to. This is called suffering pose. All poses aren't suffering enough. This opens up those arches, strengthens them, and stretches them. We're on shoes all the time, so it's nice to feel a little bit more stretchier. Now, left arm in front, right arm over, and you can dangle it and interlace or entwine, but you can inhale, lift those elbows up. Breathe into your tight shoulders. Space between your back. Exhale, drop your elbows and then drop your thumb, referring to the thumb. Rock your ears up and close those eyes. Into your neck. And unwinding those eagle arms. Exhale, coming down off your heels and give it a little gentle massage. Slowly crossing your ankles. Extend both your legs out. Extend your left leg out and pull your right foot into the groin. So you're coming into Jani Shirshasana. Pull the flesh out from the backside. Feeling that right foot into the left inner thigh. You're gonna flex your left foot. You're gonna inhale, arms up to the sky, reaching. Exhale, bow down here. You can either grab your ankle, big toe, little toe. It's called the Maha Mudra. Inhale through the crown. Exhale, bow down over that left knee. And again, if you need your strap, grab your strap. You don't need it, you can ditch it. You can go beyond, try to grab your hands past the full stretch of your entire back. Mostly this is your right side. Nice stretch. So stretches out those hamstrings. Tight as they might be. Slow your breath down. Jani Shirshasana. So Jani is a knee. Shir is S-I-R. Your head. Asana. So anytime you say Shirshasana, it sounds like a head pose or a headstand. Knee to head pose. Slow breath down. Very juicy, yummy pose, full of release. Slowly, slowly inhaling back up. Now taking that right hand and put it behind your back. You're gonna inhale, lift your left hip up. Take your left hand over the ears. So it's like a side plank. You look up toward the sky. So it's almost dropping your hands back, drop your head back. This is called wild thing. almost like you're being wild. And eventually exhale, drop your tailbone back down, cool, back into your floor. And then pull your right knee out to this side. Pull that right heel in. So you're facing the side of the mat, pointing the left toes up. So this is Parivrtta Janu Shasana. So inhale, both arms up to the sky. Exhale, drop your left elbow in front of that left knee. Top hand, exhale over the ear. Turn the heart up to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, go a little deeper. Try to take that top hand and reach the other toes if you can. And keep breathing and reaching slowly and gently. Back off if you feel any marks of limitations. Just back off. I want to give it breath. And slowly inhale up. Now pull your leg out to the side. So you're hitting both corners of your mat, pointing the toes up, coming into Upavista Konasana. Pull your flesh out from the back side, point the toes up. Inhale, arms up to the sky, reaching. Breathe in, lengthen through those fingers, and then exhale, hands out in front. Inhale through the crown. Exhale, walk those hands out gently. Again, inhale, point the toes up, breathe through the crown. Exhale, keep walking those hands out. Close your eyes, follow your breath. Out through your crown. Exhale, walk those fingers out. So you're bowing down, hinge at the hip, breathe into your back, slow. The toes, point it up, follow your breath. Inhale through the crown, exhale, walking those fingers out. Keep pointing the toes up. Breathe into your back, hinging at the waist. Eventually you might be like BKS Iyengar, age 90 with your chin on the ground and your toes pointing up, grabbing your feet. Slowly, slowly, good practice. Inhaling back up. You might become flexible like him. At age 90, pull your left heel in. Inhale, arms up to the sky, reach for the stars. Exhale, drop your right elbow in front of that right knee, left hand over the ears. Inhale, turn the heart up again. Exhale, go a little deeper. Take that top hand, try to reach for the opposite foot. Again, keep stretching. Breathe and turn the heart up. Slowly, slowly inhaling. Now, you're gonna face the back of your mat. You're gonna seal your left foot into the inner thigh of your right leg and pull the flesh out from the back side. Inhale, arms up, reach for the stars. You're gonna exhale, bow down. You grab your ankle, your big toe, little toe, or a strap. Inhale through the crown and Maha Mudra, the great seal. Exhale, bow down. Again, breathe in through and exhale, go a little deeper. Lower your breath down. Ditch the strap. You can try to reach a little more. Or you can just keep breathing slowly where you're at, wherever you feel tightness. You can bend that, micro bend that right leg if you need to. Slow it down. Absorb the juiciness of each pose. You don't have to do the full expression. Do a half expression if you like. That's totally fine because you discover a little bit more of yourself by just halfway doing it. And slowly, slowly inhaling back up, taking that left hand behind you. We're gonna inhale the hips up and then take that right hand up to the sky, lifting your hips. Now take that top hand over the ears. You can drop your head back, expanding into wild thing. Almost like a side plank, but dropping your head back. Full stretch and then exhale, drop back down onto your tailbone. Woohoo! Now, crossing your ankles. That's a lot. Now you can drop your hands back, drop your head back. You're coming into sunflower pose. You can inhale the hips back up, shine into your front body. Breathe in. Exhale, drop your tailbone. You're uncrossed, cross the opposite way. Again, drop the head back. Inhale the hips high. Breathe into your front body. The exhale to rock your tail downward. Always nice to open up those hips. Now, take your feet out in front. You're gonna grab the back of your thighs, engage the core. Breathe in through the crown, exhale just as slow, one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow as molasses. Coming back down to earth, all the way back down. Extend those legs out. Leave those palms. Let's just rest for a minute or even a microsecond. And Shavasana. Take that deep breath into your front body. Did a lot today. And then blink your eyes open. Inhale that right knee toward your heart. Rock and roll, wiggle the steps. Pull that right knee in toward the nipple line. And then imagine standing on that left foot. You're in Ardha Apasana, half wind relieving pose. Notice if there's any tightness in the groin. Holding times behind the glute. Exhale, pull that right knee out to the right. The left hand on the belly. Slow the breath down. Nice half squat. And then you can release those and keep your feet flexed. Imagine again, still standing on that left foot. That sleepy breath. Slow, deep breath. Inhaling the knee back toward the center. If you want a full postures, might as well. You can take your peace fingers, grab the big toe, and start kicking it out. You can have a big micro bend in the knee if you want. Try to straighten out that top knee. If you need a belt, grab a belt nearby, place it on the sole of your right foot. Again, breathe in, left hand on that left hip. Get the full stretch of behind the glute. That time to breathe, try to pull the toes a little closer toward the forward, and that's still standing on that left leg, so engaging the thighs. And then exhale to rock that top leg over to the left. And rotate that right pinky toe downward. You can, again, grab a block, the bolster, place underneath your right ankle if you like. Extend that left arm out to the side, relax. And close your eyes, imagine you're hanging out in your lily pad. And now you're near your lily pad drink with your lily pad friends. And shindig. Time goes back to normal, kind of. Socially, at least. But always be careful. We're in our little bubble, protected bubble here. Imagination here. Inhaling the leg back up to the sky, swapping hands. Now bend that bottom knee. You can scoot your hips slightly over to the right and extend that bottom leg out. Our right arm out to the side when you exhale. Throw that top leg over gently and twisting. Again, twisting at the belly. And try to ground your right shoulder, but not necessarily. You can also use a block for your right foot. Close those eyes. This is Padangusthasana. Padang means good, big hold toe. Big hold, big toe hold. Can't say it right now. So big toe. And you're holding it. Padang is the toe, big toe, and then Usthasana is the hold. Slow your breath down. Get the full IT band stretch in your iliotibial, the tensor latte fascia. Slowly inhale that leg back up to the sky. Release that leg. Let it side by side. Straighten up the spine. Close your eyes. Palm facing up. Pull the heels in. And rub your feet. The difference of left versus right. The difference of before and after. And here you can inhale that left knee into your hands, pulling that left knee in toward your nipple line, and then the match is standing on your right leg. You can rock and roll with those toes. So place your right hand on that belly, feel for that belly breath, and exhale, pull that left knee out to the left side. And keep a flex in your feet, don't keep wiggling the toes, but imagine standing on that right foot still. observing any tightness. Glutes your groin, parts of your hips, even your thighs, you might feel tight. Feeling for that belly breath. Slow your breath down. Counting every tightness. A little oxygen. Slowly, slowly inhale back toward the center. Now, reaching for the belt, you can place on the solar finger. You can take your peace fingers of your left hand, grab that big toe, right hand on that right hip, and inhale, kick that leg up to the sky. You can't straighten out your knee. You can do a micro bend, but you can straighten out the knee. You get the full stretch and try to pull the toes closer to your forehead. So you get that full stretch. You might feel like you're standing on that right leg. You get the full stretch of your iliopsoas. Goes across the band, across your hip, into your pelvis. Here you can exhale, drop that left leg over to the left side, swing it like a porch door, ground that right hand either on the hip or out to the side, and rotate your left pinky toe down. Meet a block, place underneath your left ankle. Again, imagine standing on that right foot and just close your eyes, just relax. Just sprawled out in your big woolly pad. Breathing into your heart and then exhaling out through your arms. Imagine expanding the universe, expanding ocean, expansive. The iridescent colors spread. And slowly blink your eyes open. Inhale that leg back up to the sky, swapping hands on that foot. You can bend that bottom knee, you can slightly scoot the hips slightly over to the left and extend that leg again. You can exhale, drop that top leg over to your right side and then twisting across the belly. You can try to ground your left shoulder. You don't have to. You can use a block as well underneath your left foot. So position A is when your legs up to the sky, B is out to the left side, and then right now we're in C pose. Anytime you twist, imagine again standing on that right leg if you like, stand nice and tall. Close your eyes. This is a very supine, very yin. Using passive energy of the gravity. Slowly, slowly inhale that leg back up, release the leg, and then straighten up the spine. And here, and just drop easily in to Shavasana if you like, or you can put your heels in, rub the feet around. If you have any last minute poses, you can curl up into a ball. If you like, into a yoga nugget, rock left and right, squeeze in the palms, squeeze in these. Just exhale, sprawl out, get ready. Corpse pose. Also take your mat to the nearest real estate along the wall. Throw your legs up on the wall. Grab a blanket, layer up. Put a lavender eye pillow, allow them to lavender. Absorb weight on your eyes. Let the eyeballs sink into the eye sockets. Relax the cheeks. Relax the back of your head. Move your jaw around until they completely slack and relax. And resting your shoulders, rolling the palms up, and breathe across your heart space. And let yourself slow your breath down. Relax across your heart and let the heartstrings relax. Relax across your lungs and breathe into your lungs as if they were part of the floor. Your heart relax. Let your heart drop. Relax your glutes, let your belly relax. Thighs get heavier. Relax your knees. Heels get heavier. Bliss. Divine body, Nanda. Inward journey has now taken us to the innermost core of our being. The bliss body or divine body, Ananda Maya Kosha, that resides within all of us. Our soul lives where we can glimpse the universal oneness and basis of life. The vision of our divinity forces us to return once again to the nature of our humanity. Before we can understand the universal soul, we must understand our own. Before we understand our soul, we must explore that eclipses our true selves, especially the wily eye, which on the value disguises the distracts. Who am I? Fundamental question that has always existed in people's minds. Traditionally, it might have been answered to some extent by reference to one's role of a primary function in society. I am a priest, a warrior, a merchant, a servant, a carpenter, a wife, a mother. The deeper implications of the question have always been present. In any case, no one is a mother or businessman or school teacher all the time, all their lives. They're temporary states. Say, I'm a man, a woman, only you were a child. Besides, does sexual identity have any importance when you are asleep? What we are really saying is, I am I, which is not very helpful. But we are referring to that bit of us that seems to be at the center of our perceptions, our actions, our feelings, our thoughts, and our memories. Often called the ego-based self, or ego itself. All we can say is, I am I, and everyone else is saying the same thing. Logically, we must all be the same. Visibly, palpably, we are not. In order to explain ourselves, our differences, define this I as self further, tack on attributes and characteristics that qualify and exemplify the I in some way. A rich man might feel that I am my possessions. Here's a fair indication. Politician, I am my power. Chronic invalid, I am my sickness. Athlete, I am my body. Film star, I am my beauty. Professor, I and my brain. Or a bad-tempered, dissatisfied person, I am my anger. Adding a rag bag of attributes to I, self is not only how we generally see ourselves, but how we see and describe others. The important point is that all these qualities we list are external to the I. So in other words, the I identifies itself by conjoining with its surroundings. Clearly, I leapfrog one answer to the who am I question. It is, I am a human being. For this to be valued, one has to be asked a follow-up question. What then is a human being? It's exactly what yoga does. Starting point of yogic inquiry, basic question underpinning all yogic practice is something. What are we? Even the asana itself is an inquiry, asking in each asana, who am I? Through the asana, the practitioner throws out all the extraneous parts until only the soul is left. Final correct asana is a true expression of I am that is God. This expression is felt only when one approaches and performs asana within the framework of physical prowess, sakti, intellectual skillfulness, yukti, and devotion and worshipfulness, bhakti, in each asana. Let us therefore sift through everything, says yoga, every component of a human being that we can find and identify. Our bodies, breath, energy, sickness and health, brain and anger, pride in our power and possessions. Above all, yoga says, Let us examine this mysterious eye, ever present and conscious of ourself, but invisible in the mirror of any photograph. To be continued. Wiggle your fingers, keep your eyes closed. Shake your head left and right. That deep breath in and within. Exhaling fully. Inhale the arms up to the sky, reaching for the stars, and exhale, hands over the head. You can stretch and yawn, take your time, squeeze every energy out. Then slowly, slowly inhale the knees into your heart, rock left and right like a boiled egg. Slowly moving to your favorite side, pillow your head. 2 deep, long breaths there. And you're ready, pressing up into a seated position. Slowly blink your eyes open. Inhale, arms up to the sky, reaching hands together. Exhale, hands to the heart. The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste. Now this is the last class, so you don't forget. You try to sign up for the in-class session here at San Luis Obispo in the evening, same time. Otherwise, I hope we're having a backup plan just in case we have to go back on Zoom. Cross your fingers. We don't know what it's going to look like. So just sit back and meditate, enjoy your time within. And I'll send you these videos and hopefully you can rewatch anytime. So have a very good evening. Mahalo.